Yo, I've seen so many people complaining about how broken Kassadin is on TikTok pretty much everywhere. The champion isn't that strong. Trust me, you're just not picking AD champions into him. Or even some AP champions can beat him and deny his early game scaling. Your point is just to pick action, anything that beats him early on, shove, invade the enemy jungler alone or with your own jungle, I don't care. Steal 2 raptors if you can, that's good enough, because if you steal away 2 raptors, which I did, he won't get level 3, which will slow down a little bit his clearing. Now, from the other hand, if he doesn't get to have his ability now, he will just a little bit slower, he will clear, of course, right? Then you can re-invade again Udyr for any type of enemy jungler you face. Again, I'm just simply just like walking back to my lane. You know, generally should be able to poke him as hard as possible. Like, this champion is broken for you. A champion is broken for you, man. Then you poke him down as hard as you can, even so you can force a dive on him. Now, just to be clear, this Kassadin was something like Diamond 1 Master, so it's supposed to not be an elo where you could say you played against low elo players, so it just doesn't really count. Now in here what we do, I reveal the map for everybody to see where Udyr is. He's patting towards his top side, of course. Now what happens, since we have top prio and Wukong is patting top side, we can invade him. They didn't really care for some reason, so I solo invade him again. We can definitely solo invade someone. Now in here, I fight him, I miss my Q, but we win this fight. We just win these. Wukong is here, of course, to follow up, and we finish him. That's definitely really great. Now what happens, Alistar rotates top side. That was a bit unexpected for us. We got a little bit caught in here, not really a big deal, because we managed to kill the Alistar, of course. And shortly right after, pretty much what happened, I died, I do believe. Or did I? Well, I tried to escape, but they just ran me down. Okay, they killed me, ain't a big deal. Sadly, Wukong died as well in here to the Udyr. Shit happens, I guess. God, the desperation in Udyr, and he still got him. Okay. Ain't a big deal because we got an insane advantage. Recurvo, it's really good on I'm rushing Blade, right? It's really good on champions with double auto attacks and his E, of course, because you're gonna deal actually 30 damage, not 15, because you attack twice on action, right? Also, it gives you a great amount of attack speed, so that's really, really good on this champion. You know, in here not much happens, we just CS, all that, not much. You know, Kassadin took his back as he should, he brought his tier, a little bit of armor, so he resists. And again, in here I'm perma-pinging my jungler, let's do this Drake, because Udyr cannot flash over the wall, he does not have a blast cone if we proc it, and he cannot really bypass us like Pyke and the other guys, right? So there is no way he actually can steal it. But he didn't care for a long time. If you have perma prio into Kassadin, you should aim to actually like get any type of plays down around the map, or get the Drake, whichever you want to. Now in here we can get a play done, but my team can't understand that. It can happen. What we will do in here, nothing, we just hover around for nothing. I've been telling them let's do this Drake. Now he starts it alone. I sort of wanted to shove out my lane and then rotate for it. What I did in here, I should then rotate completely back to bot lane instead of sitting for the mid lane wave. But I wanted to shove first and then rotate for the Drake. It just feels like it would be a bit more consistent. Also, like, I poked down this Kassadin to the point where he cannot do much anymore at this point, so again, what I should been doing here, just play around this inconsistent Drake taking and this bot lane fight instead of sitting for the mid wave. But normally what you can do, you can shove, because at this point I'm shoving really fast with Akshan. It takes like 10-15 seconds, then we rotate down for the Drake and we do the Drake, of course. And I can even get some poke on the Kassadin, so there is no way they contest it. From the other hand, like in solo queue, you mostly should aim to just like play with your team. Now what I did was consistent and correct, but not in this rank. Like in this rank, people won't understand they should not rush the Drake as fast as possible, or they should not fight without you being there. So, you know, it can happen. It's not a big deal. And in here again, not much happens, you know, simple stuff. We are just poking, CSing, trading into each other. But right now, again, I sort of have a priority. I rotate down. I wanted to ult Udyr to revive someone, or at least just get off the scoundrel from him, but I couldn't manage to do so. Now in here, I didn't really bother too much to gank the Ezreal. I just wanted to get some poke on the Kassadin. I misangled my E, I couldn't get more chip damage on him. In here I would possibly kill him if I angled my E a little bit better, but I was sort of worried a little bit of the enemy Udyr as well, because he could be possibly around anytime soon. But that's the general drill that you have to get. So early on, pressure him, kill him if you can, get the objectives done, get the roams done. From the other hand, like at this point, like you're gonna get more and more fats. For example, he has not a single item finished because he has Dark Seal, he has Tier, and it takes him shit ton of time until he finishes his rod. I have Blade of the Ruined King, which is a really insane spike on a champion like Akshan, 9% damage on each basic attacks, you basic attack twice, you reapplies it of course. So you will have insane item advantages which allow you to go for different type of dives, go for different type of roams, drakes or whatever you want to, because with this item you're quite unstoppable and you can beat pretty much everyone in the game at this stage. There are some exceptions of course, but Blade of the Ruined King is an insane spike on Akshan. But as a general drill you have to get it. I won't go further beyond of what did I do in here. In here I got really fed of course, we pretty much carried the game. What I wanted to teach you guys is how to handle Kassadin's early game so he doesn't get to scale. That's the main goal, to deny his early game. Now what do you do after? It's really like macro. But your point to deal with Kassadin is just to beat him early on, maybe pink his roams of course, which I didn't do I think once, so I think he got 1 assist, so that's another thing you should do after he hit 6. Or even before, cause in lower ranks he could go for a random roam and it could work out. That's it for now, have a nice day.